cruise boats.
So here it's the
On the
police
Nile.
department of Aswan, old building. Sometimes you see cruise, shape is stop length and different cruise after. And
This is our boat. We can cruise down the Nile on. You get on the first boat and then you're directed to keep going through to the next boat. They're all tied up side by side, so you have to keep walking through the boats until you get to your particular boat. Right, this is our cabin on the cruise ship that we're going to go down the Nile on. It's almost as big as an ocean liner cabin. TV, coffee making facilities. Cupboards, toilet, sink. That's it. We decided to leave the cabin and go check out the most important part of the ship, the tucker bag facilities. We was impressed with what we found, so then we headed up to the top deck to get an overall view of the whole ship and what we were looking at. Here we are on our boat. We're hooked up to other boats. We've got a swimming pool on this river boat. It's a little more than we had on the last boat we were on. We didn't have a pool on the other one, so we're going to soak our feet now and relax. Before the boat set sail, we were offered a ride on a traditional riverboat. We could not say no to such a special opportunity. And of course, as we set sail, the kids couldn't miss an opportunity to play the cute card and get a few little dollars from the tourists.
Viva New Zealand!
Sailing down the Nile, like the ancients used to do under sail, was such a surreal and unreal experience. We enjoyed it immensely. At this point, the captain and the crew decided to put on a traditional Sailing Down the Nile River song for us, which was fantastic. Wasn't long and everyone got up and started dancing and getting into the music, having a real traditional time. It was fantastic. Wasn't long and I couldn't help myself. I had to join in. This is what we call the real Egyptian experience. So I handed the camera to the wife and I jumped up and I was into it. The Egyptian people really are a very happy people and they love their tourists and they show it. Just then, when we thought it was all over, they broke into a rendition of She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain When She Comes. She'll be coming by Felucca when she comes.
She'll be sailing by Felucca when she comes.
And then, of course, when you're coming around the mountain when she comes, you've got to sing it in the faster sort of genre. So away they went.
I bet that was a very loud environment, that one.
Very good. My watch said I was in a loud environment.
That's awesome. Here we are on a felucca sailing down the Nile.
They got the camels. They got the camels.
A little bit.
Happy?
Peaceful sailing.
Surfed by.
Yeah, that's a better one. It's bigger, more like. It's still the same.
It gives the same thing. Yeah, but
Yeah,
you'll have to upgrade to something like that.
yeah, that'd be good. These boats are called feluccas.
A couple of our party were going to go down the Nile in a different cruise boat to us. They were going to go in a sailing one. So we switched feluccas and we were saying goodbye to them as they took off.
Not listening.
Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yippee-yi.
Party people, we'll see you by the pool in a few hours. Bye.
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 We're getting a little closer to the boats.
Nah, they know what they're doing.
I hope.
What a life.
Sailing around the Nile.
There's all these jobs in Egypt I go, I'd do that.
Well, in the old days, they'd be fishermen.
Yeah. Can you imagine what it would be like in the old days?
Yeah. Then while we were having lunch, it was time for the tour boat to depart. And he didn't waste any time getting going. He turned them engines on and away he went. Sailing down the Nile. What? Wave us at the window. Wave us at the window. Yep. As you can see from the video, the water level is just under the windows here. So the faster the captain goes, the more the water waves tend to splash up onto the windows. The views from the top deck of the ship were nothing short of breathtaking. From here you could see a line of cruise ships. They were literally in a race. They were all trying to jockey for position to be one of the first to get to a certain lock further up the river. The government only opened it at certain times and only on certain days. About to head to the lock. Once we got to the lock, we had to park and wait for our turn to pass through. Because of the way the government operates these docks, literally every man in his boat is trying to get through. Pick it up and put it in the bin at least. So, is this a dam, isn't it?
Yep. Otherwise the water wouldn't be lower on that end.
That's right,
Holding the water back.
Yeah.
So the backwards.
Hope he has some backup on this. We're going to sail right in the back of him. We're getting a bit close. No, he's trying to rope to him. Oh, look out. Look what we got here.
Oh my God.
Can't get rid of these boys, can we? They're tenacious, I'll give them that. They're in danger at the moment. They're between two ships. It's bad. Wow, look at the water racing in there on the side. We've got another one coming.
Yep, there's three of them.
Another two. Mate. How much fumes do you reckon they're breathing in at the moment? The exhaust at the back of that are just black. Come on boys, get out of there.
Yeah, I like those towels, but I'm not going to buy one there. Selling towels.
Yeah, but keep that up. So they must have waited. They must have just no one else. There's another one.
What's he doing? He's pulling us along. Maybe they can get two through at once. We're going to be able to fit two in here, are we? They're living dangerously. They get squashed between these two boats. They're done. Oh, look at that, he hooked on. That was clever. That was very clever the way he hooked that. He's getting a tow now, and then these boys might tow onto him.
Hurry, because if they don't hurry, when are they going to do then? End up with us in the wrong spot.
They'll be in front of us in the wrong spot, yeah.
Because they can't get out now.
They could throw it to that boat and get towed through on that boat.
Have to. This is absolutely crazy.
No, we just hit the side.
He's asking for help, but they're not doing anything. Oh my gosh. Look at that.
Whoa!
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
I think they've just hooked on, have they? Yeah, they've hooked onto him.
Yep, because the guy jumped over.
Yeah. Those little boats that risked their lives to come through the lock with us, once we were through the lock, started paddling up to the boats and trying to sell their wares to the tourists on board the boats, risking their lives for an income. This goes to show just how important it is to them. How are we going to stop now? We're about to hit the shore. The one behind us is pissed. As we got a bit closer to the boat that was already in the dock, it became obvious we had a little bit too much speed. So the captain turned the boat towards the bank and ran us aground on the bank. I think we're going to hit the bank.
It's silly to try and push in when there's police around to say, sorry, Bussy, you're not tuned yet.
Yeah.
That's just a bit arrogant or something.
Well, they reckon they try anything to get through, apparently. Backing off of the bank that we just hit. As we backed up off the bank, it didn't look like there was any way we were going to be able to get past all the ships that were parked up waiting. Look at these idiots in between two ships. And you can believe you me, there was plenty of argy-bargy going on.
We're heading to the lock, which is just over here. Two boats already in it. Dude, get out of the way!
Between them, isn't it?
$1. It's a cheap tail.
Good throw, it's a good throw.
Yeah.
I think
And might even get 3 of us in here.
what's going on? We can pass this guy's game.
Yeah, these boys are all parked up. And this isn't as good as on my camera. Oh yeah, it's got it. It's got it. Yeah, it'd be a good easy, be more than that. I don't mind a bit of shove and push, do they?
I think we're docking up next to it.
You think we're stopping here?
The first area that we had come through, the little channel where the boats could only go single file, was just the dam area to the actual locks. Now we're actually going to travel through the locks. It took a bit of time to get through the docks because they weren't just letting boats through one way, there was boats coming back the other as well.
This boat's very smoky and I reckon it's got a leak. Look at all that water coming out of it.
Darling, that's the filter.
I know, I'm joking.
Finally, it was our turn to line up and go through the dock.
Three to 6 metres. You'll be right, mate. Just have a sleep, you know. It's all good. Just have a snooze. And you'll be through in no time flat. When these doors open, you'll be flying. Woohoo!
I sped the emptying of the dock up so as you can get an idea of what it looks like, but not in real time.
Have you heard the dirty story about the boy that fell in the mud?
No.
You got dirty? Oh, the scrape marks on the side.
I think I'm there.
They certainly like to take the walls with them. Come on, open the gate, let's go.
This is all going to pull it away.
Yeah, he's asleep down here. Look at this fella, he's not even ready to go. Having a good old snooze. Didn't get enough sleep last night.
This bloke figured that while it was waiting for the dock to empty, he'd have a snooze. Let's hope he wakes up in time to get out of the way of the ship when it opens the gates.
I reckon those doors are going to open this way. They want to be careful because they could get crushed. They're opening, so...
That's it opening up a little bit?
Yeah, she's opening.
Slowly opening.
You might want to come up this way a bit so you don't get caught behind it. No, he's through.
They stick it, didn't it? Have a paddling back.
Yeah, they're just a stick, that's all they are. They seem to work alright though. For just a stick.
Yeah, just a stick, no paddle.
No paddle on their stick. Just a stick.
He's got the paddle in his hand.
Now we'll make it under that bridge. Just. I'm ready for a drink.
That's the end of part 1 for cruising down the Nile. Tune in for part 2 when we check out some belly dancing, some Egyptian traditional dancing, and plenty more action on the Nile River.